Titans Chargers, next game I want to get to. I think this opens up the 4 p.m. slate here for us. My matchup that
Titans
matters.
Chargers, 4 p.m. man. Woo!
Yeah, no, everybody's looking forward. We're gonna be glued to the couch here for this one. No, but there is some exciting stuff to get to. Specifically, you watch one of the best defenses in the NFL, right? I was on this very program like about 4 weeks ago, and I said, "Hey, Chargers are number one in the NFL in points allowed. Their defense is fantastic. Well, I should say they're number one in limiting teams. They have given up the fewest points per game. So they are literally number one in the NFL in defense. And I said, are they a little fraudulent, though? They haven't really played any great offenses. This is just a damn good defense. Coaching matters 101 is what we are watching with the Los Angeles Chargers, specifically how they defend the run. Right? There's not a ton of things that you can immediately change when it's a brand new coaching staff. And sometimes you got to wait to get your star players in there, whatever. But the fundamental part of things, being a low penalty team, playing better in the trenches, and specifically running the football and defending the run, those are things that every coach can do at an elevated level right when they get in. And when you look at what the Chargers are doing against the run this year, number one in the NFL in EPA per rush allowed. Now, that's a big deal for this game because Tony Pollard is rushing the ball well for the Titans. 83.1 rushing grade. Very clearly, when the Titans are able to move the ball on offense, it's often because they are able to lean on the run game very, very well. If you are taking Tony Pollard out of this game, which the Chargers have the ability to do, I do not have a lot of faith in the Titans offense. I just don't. Right. So to me, you could sit here and say like, the Chargers, they're not that potent of an offense, although they're playing a lot better. We'll get to that in a second. The Titans might be able to get them. It might be a close game. Chargers might hold this team to less than 10 points this week. If they cannot run the ball with Tony Pollard, I am really afraid for even how well at all the Titans are going to be able to move the ball and even get into scoring range outside of maybe getting a turnover here or there. So this, to me, could be a single-digit scoring week for the Tennessee Titans as they travel to Los Angeles to play the number one rush defense in the NFL. So that's my matchup that matters. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, that is, I think, the matchup that does matter if you're going to pick out one singular one. So instead of rehashing all of that, I'll just go to the other side of things where you mentioned it or alluded to it, and I'm going to allude to it even more in my plus factor. But this offense is playing a lot better in Los Angeles and for the Chargers. You see this kind of expand beyond the ground and pound, rushing first defense or offense. And seeing Justin Herbert kind of play up to the level that we're used to seeing him at. But a lot of that has to do with the Chargers offensive line. And that the fact that they are playing better, that against this Titans defensive line, which has some pieces on it, especially when you consider that rookie T'Vondre Sweat, who, the more pass rush moves he adds to his arsenal, the more dangerous he's going to become. But this Chargers offensive line, we know that they're good at run blocking. They rank 13th, 70.9 PFF run blocking grade. They're 23rd in pass blocking grade right now, 62.6, but that has kind of trended upward. And there's 72 pressures allowed in pass protection is tied for the 12th fewest. So they are protecting Justin Herbert, and he is in turn becoming more and more productive as the weeks go on and as this offense starts to evolve under what Jim Harbaugh is trying to do. So I can roll that into my plus factor, which is in fact Justin Herbert. Since week 5,
has to be
among quarterbacks, 91.3 PFF grade, which ranks third, 90.6 passing grade, that ranks third, 86 of 132, 1,147 yards, which ranks 10th in that span, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 11 big-time throws. That's the big thing. You're taking care of the football, but you're still throwing the ball down the field, or at least in those big-time situations. That ranks tied for second in that span, and just 2 turnover-worthy plays in that span as well. So Justin Herbert is productive. He's starting to push the ball down the field. He is still taking care of the football, though, and this all starts to kind of, you realize why Jim Harbaugh is the old-school guy that he is. You get the run game going first. You get the run defense going first. Build off of that, and it turns out well most of the time. I think he came back into the league at just the right time.
I mean, certainly to get a quarterback like Justin Herbert, who is playing at a level where he could beat anybody in the NFL every week. I really do agree with that. I know it's a team game, and obviously it's more than just the quarterback, but as long as the Chargers are on their P's and Q's, Justin Herbert is playing at a level where he can beat any team any week. And I think over the last 3 games in particular, you've seen from this Los Angeles Chargers receiving group, Josh Palmer, Ladd McConkey, even Quentin Johnston, all above 70 receiving grades. So this group is coming along. Herbert's playing at elite level. The receivers are not playing at an elite level, but playing at a high level enough to where you could be a benefactor of what Herbert is doing and how in rhythm and how in the zone this dude is. I would be afraid to play Justin Herbert if I was any team in the NFL. So I think that we could see some more really good stuff from him this week, even against a pretty solid Titans defense. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe the video. And if you don't have a PFF Plus subscription, you can get one to see all the premium stats that we talked about here on the show, plus the expert betting and fantasy advice over at subscribe.pff.com. The description is also right below. So if you are not a PFF Plus subscriber, you can become one today.